The UFC has a deal with EA Sports and its sister company Ignite. Uh, Currently has a game called the Ultimate Fighting Championship out on its Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles. This is a very big popular game for all the UFC fans. The UFC also has a deal with Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light. It's a major advertising company that they use to promote people coming together, drinking, and having a good time with all their friends in an attempt to boost pay-per-view ratings. Pay-per-view has been a great success for the UFC. Fights are currently running $60 per fight with an average of 3 million viewers per pay-per-view. This has been a major win for the UFC. And if it wasn't for pay-per-view, their revenue streams would not be nearly what they are today. Dave & Buster's, although it's been under scrutiny, has been a very big backer of the UFC, being a big sports bar and game place. It stands by eat, drink, and play, so they currently always air on Saturday nights every UFC event that is pay-per-view, Fox Sports 1, you name it. It's at Dave & Buster's. They promote bringing people together, and ultimately, with that happening, boost the UFC. Zions has been a major sponsor for the UFC for the last 10, 15 years. They currently represent a good majority of the fighters in the UFC. Muscle Farm just made its way into the UFC. They're an optimal nutrition company, and they back many UFC fighters, and many of the fighters themselves stand by the products that they use. Nike has just now started breaking its way into the UFC, and it represents two of the biggest fighters in the world. With this happening, Nike has slowly emerged as someone that's going to be able to take care of the UFC for years to come. Harley Davidson is the only current motorcycle sponsor of the UFC. They stand by the fact that they say they're the manliest bike for the manliest fighters in the world.